Roxy the Golden Eagle by John Miles, illustrations by John Davis. Roxy is born in an eyrie, a nest, high in the hills of Galloway in southwest Scotland. She is the only chick to be born to golden eagles in the south of Scotland this year. Eagle lovers everywhere hope she will survive to flourish in a declining population of eagles. There were once several pairs of golden eagles in this area, but changes in habitat mean that food and even crag nest sites disappear under a blanket of new forestry. Lochs become acid, supporting less wildlife and food for eagles. There is also the persecution, killing of eagles. This means that no new breeding birds are free to come into the area. In the past, there were winters with lots of snow, resulting in carrion, dead animals, on the hills for birds and mammals to feast on. As golden eagles nest early in the year, this gives the female eagle the chance to get into condition for laying her 2 eggs in March. Even with snow laying around the nest rim, a female can withstand cold conditions. By the time the eggs hatch in late spring, there will be an abundance of prey, such as rabbits, for the male eagle to catch and bring to the nest to feed their growing chicks. Sometimes only 1 egg will hatch, and this is how it is for Roxy. Roxy is growing quickly, and she is soon standing up and flapping her tiny white wings. Food is coming in fast, with the male providing most of this in the early weeks, with anything from a vole to a fox cub brought to the nest. Her mother tears the food into tiny pieces and feeds it to her until her crop, a temporary store for food, is bulging, and Roxy has to sit down to digest all that she has swallowed. Soon her white down gives way to feathers, and as they grow she starts to look more like a bird rather than a prehistoric creature from which she has evolved some 36 million years ago. This evolution has placed her at the top of the food chain in birds and a symbol of great power. So much that many countries have adopted an eagle as an emblem to represent their country. For example, the United States of America. Some countries, such as Mexico, feature an eagle on their flag. The golden eagle is just one of many species of eagle. They vary from the small booted eagle to the Philippine eagle, which is the largest one in the world. The Mayans, an ancient civilization found in Mexico, had the harpy eagle take the heart out of their enemy. The Native American Indians used eagle feathers as headdresses and on sacred pipes as a sign of bravery and power. They hid in pits with carrion left to attract the young eagles down to feed. Then they caught them by hand. When Roxy is fully grown, the wing flapping means she lifts off from the eyrie. She surveys the land around her as part of her parents' territory, and soon she is airborne and taking her first flight. Her parents will feed her for some time until she feels the need to finally leave their territory. Sometimes it is her parents who drive her away from the territory so they can have plenty to eat and can concentrate on the next generation. Roxy is soon travelling around looking for that perfect location to call her own, and soon finds the place to winter. This is a great big rabbit warren, a series of rabbit holes, where the population of rabbits is sufficient to keep her in food all winter. Roxy rarely travels far once here, and she is the dominant predator, and even kills other rabbit predators, for example, foxes coming too close to the warren. When spring arrives, Roxy is on the move again and travels farther into Dumfriesshire, but not into England, where a lone male is waiting for a mate in the Lake District. She can see the Lakeland Fells and the Pennines, but with abundant food on the Scots side, she stays in areas where Golden Eagle territories have lain empty for some time. In the late autumn, she enjoys the wildlands of the Border Forest Trust at Carriffren and is attacked by peregrines at the near National Trust property of Grey Mare's Tail. Here, the wild goats and their kids, young goats, provide her with carrion. This food is also being used by an old male golden eagle who has been alone for some time. Although so young, Roxy knows a good thing when she sees him, as he knows this land and is a good provider of food. So much so, by the very early age of 3, normally 5 years old before the first egg is laid, she has settled down on her first nest and tries to breed. Her inexperience is probably the reason for her first failure, but with a potential of 25 plus years to live, she is in no hurry. Roxy is successful in rearing her first youngster by the age of 5 years and adds a second the following year. Her partner is in his later years, so a new scheme to bring golden eagles to southern Scotland was set up. This aims to provide eagles like Roxy with a future mate and even to add new territories for other golden eagles around Dumfries and Galloway and the Borders countryside. Long may the golden eagles be seen in these parts of the country. The South of Scotland Golden Eagle project aims to reinforce the small, isolated and vulnerable population of golden eagles in the Scottish Borders and Dumfries and Galloway. Through a series of translocations over a period of 5 years, the project aims to increase the numbers and prevent the loss of Scotland's unofficial national bird from southern skies. 5 custom-built aviaries have been constructed and a site at a confidential location in the southern uplands where the translocated eagles will spend a brief 2 months before being released into the Moffat Hills. Funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund and European-funded Leaders Scotland, Borders and D&G, the project aims to bring together all the countryside users to ensure the well-being and successful future of the golden eagle in the south of Scotland, and to secure a place for this iconic symbol of wilderness and freedom for future generations. And you've been listening to Roxy the Golden Eagle by John Miles and illustrations by John Davies.